In addition to the scalability and flexibility of the I/O system and the standardized MQTT protocol for easy connection to different cloud solutions, both the PFC 100 and 200 controllers support all TCP/IP family protocols for the simple connection to a network. WAGO's controllers also offer comprehensive security functionalities to protect your system against cybersecurity attacks. Increasing networking and advanced connections to the Internet for secure data storage and data transmission in all areas has been going on for many years, and this includes automation technology. However, the difficulties getting automation technology data onto the cloud while sharing information within the control system network can be complicated. In parallel with increasing network data sharing, concerns about IT security are increasing. Therefore, the machine manufacturers and operators are intensifying their efforts to transport their machine data as securely as possible and protect it against undesired access. With the PFC 100 and PFC 200 controllers, WAGO provides the solution for the increasing demands on automation components. Let's take some time to see how this can be accomplished. Password protection integrated directly on the controller and secure communications protects against access to functions, programming contents, and the introduction of malware. WAGO controllers have multiple ways to password protect these devices, starting with web-based management passwords, which also include PLC runtime passwords and port authentication, as well as Linux console passwords for both admin and root access. It has long been considered a good practice to use separate network segments for IT and the automation device network. Segmenting data networks allows you to minimize the range of remote access to various automation devices and systems. WAGO allows users to set up separate network segments with different subnet mask and IP address settings. Department of Homeland Security has developed guidelines for improving network security, which among other things recommends the separation of network segments. ANSI, ISA, IEC, cybersecurity standards also recommend the separation of network segments. Another potential security measure would be to establish a demilitarized zone or mudroom, since only certain automation devices are accessible via internet access. Perhaps these devices would be protected by a primary firewall and collect data from the primary control network to publish information to the cloud, but would be outside the secondary firewall. It was mentioned earlier that it is possible to configure each of the physical network ports on separate network segments with different subnet mask and IP address settings. WAGO controller users can also configure the firewall settings to individually enable and disable the abstract Ethernet ports to allow for another layer of security. Here one port is connected to an unsecured zone, the Internet, possibly for cloud connectivity, but only utilizing the HTTPS service, while the other physical port is in a secured zone, but most, if not all, service ports are enabled. Don't let strangers into the network. This can be accomplished in many ways. WAGO controllers allow you to use three methods, either individually or some combination of the three: user filters, MAC address filters, and packet filters. MAC address filtering allows a device to permit or deny access through the use of blacklist and whitelist. With the WAGO series PFC 100-200 controllers, can establish these lists in many ways. For example, you could allow all WAGO devices, select specific devices, or establish an address range that is permitted. Packet filters essentially are the enabling or disabling of the various service ports so the user can control what packets of data or ports are utilized. This can be important so that unsecured or unused ports are disabled so they cannot be used for malicious reasons. User filters, which make it possible to limit users and devices based on an IP address, port settings, and physical interface. So now specific devices or users are authorized to connect via certain ports and settings. Again, WAGO devices allow for this type of setup and configuration. Another way to make your network secured is through the use of encrypted VPN connections. VPNs can be utilized via router encryption or even end-to-end encryption, from the controller to the service PC or laptop. WAGO controllers can be set up for end-to-end encryption. VPN authentication can be established via a common password or through authentication certificates. The authentication certificates are set by the users creating the certificates and placing the certificates on the connecting devices. Two of the most popular ways to establish a secured VPN connection are with OpenVPN or Internet Protocol Security. Both are well-known and trusted means of VPN connectivity. It is a matter of personal preference and proficiency to determine which works best for your application. WAGO offers both. It is simply a matter of creating the necessary files and sharing or uploading these files to the WAGO device. Many different security solutions have been discussed in this video, but it is virtually impossible to achieve a 100% secured network. No individual solution can provide the necessary security for your network, as some of these measures can be bypassed. But combinations of multiple solutions can make it more difficult for malicious activity to break through your network security. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. Please visit the link shown here for additional information.